Discover the shocking story of the MV Doña Paz, a Philippine-registered passenger ferry that collided with an oil tanker in 1987, resulting in the loss of over 4,300 lives. The MV Doña Paz was a Philippine-registered passenger ferry that operated from 1964 to 1987. On the 20th of December 1987, the ferry collided with the oil tanker MT Vector in the Deadliest Strait. The ferry was grossly overcrowded, carrying over 2,200 passengers, more than triple its capacity. The collision sparked a fire that quickly spread, leaving passengers trapped with no life jackets or emergency equipment. Rescue efforts were delayed, and only 24 survivors were pulled from the water, with no bodies ever recovered. The tragedy remains the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in history, with an estimated 4,386 lives lost. Witness the incredible feat of Wilt Chamberlain, scoring 100 points in a single game against the New York Knicks in 1962, a record that still stands today. Wilt Chamberlain achieved an incredible feat on the 2nd of March 1962 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. He scored 100 points in a single game against the New York Knicks, a record still standing. The Philadelphia Warriors won the game 169 to 147, with Wilt playing 48 minutes out of 48. Wilt made 36 field goals and 28 free throws to reach his historic 100-point score. This record-breaking performance was part of a 7-game scoring streak over 40 points for Wilt. Wilt's 100-point record remains unbroken for over 60 years, a testament to his legendary skill. Following the daily struggles of Chloe, a college student with prosopagnosia, as she navigates recognizing classmates, friends, and family members, prosopagnosia, or face blindness, affects 2 to 3% of the global population, making it a common condition. Chloe's brain struggles to recognize faces due to a neurological disorder affecting her fusiform gyrus. She relies on hairstyles, clothing, and voice recognition to identify people, often leading to embarrassing mistakes. Even familiar faces, like family members, can be unrecognizable to Chloe without contextual clues. Face blindness can lead to social anxiety, as Chloe constantly worries about not recognizing friends and acquaintances. Despite the challenges, Chloe has developed coping mechanisms to navigate her daily life with face blindness. Relive the most dramatic ending to a long winning streak, featuring Liverpool's 44-game unbeaten run in 1983 and their surprising defeat to Everton. Liverpool's 44-game unbeaten run in 1983 was a British top-flight record at the time. The streak began on the 3rd of May 1982 with a 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur. During the streak, Liverpool won the 1,982-83 First Division title with 82 points. The unbeaten run finally ended on the 6th of November 1983 with a 1-0 loss to Everton. The defeat was Liverpool's first in 358 days, a span of nearly 12 months. The dramatic ending to the streak marked a turning point in the Merseyside Derby rivalry. Learn about the different types of ductwork materials, how to identify and seal leaks, and the importance of proper duct sizing and insulation for efficient heating and cooling. Flexible ducts are prone to kinking and crushing, reducing airflow by up to 50%. Leaky ducts can increase energy bills by 20–30% and reduce system lifespan. Properly sized ducts can improve heating and cooling efficiency by up to 20%. Insulated ducts can reduce heat loss by up to 75% in unconditioned spaces. Sealing duct leaks can improve indoor air quality by reducing moisture and pollutants. The average home loses 20–30% of its heated and cooled air through duct leaks and gaps. Learn how investors like Warren Buffett avoid throwing good money after bad, overcoming loss aversion in the stock market. The sunk cost fallacy is a cognitive bias that makes us cling to failing investments due to emotional attachment. Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, coined the term Mr. Market to illustrate the market's emotional fluctuations. Loss aversion causes investors to hold on to losing stocks, fearing a perceived loss more than a potential gain. The sunk cost fallacy can be overcome by separating past investments from future expectations, making rational decisions. In 1976, Warren Buffett sold his shares in Geico, despite a 50% loss, to avoid throwing good money after bad. Learn how to solve complex equations using an analog computer, demonstrated with a simple example from electronics. Analog computers use continuous signals to solve equations, unlike digital computers that use discrete values. The first analog computers were developed in the 19th century to calculate artillery firing tables. Analog computers are particularly useful for solving differential equations, which describe complex systems. In electronics, analog computers can be used to design and optimize filters, amplifiers, and oscillators. Analog computers can solve equations much faster than digital computers for certain types of problems. The simplicity of analog computers makes them an accessible tool for students and hobbyists to learn from. Explore the neural circuits of the zebrafish brain and learn how researchers use this model organism to study neurological disorders like Parkinson's and autism. Zebrafish have a brain structure similar to humans, with a forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. The zebrafish brain develops rapidly, with most neurons formed within the first 24 hours after fertilization. Researchers use zebrafish to study neurological disorders like Parkinson's and autism due to their genetic similarity to humans. Zebrafish are transparent, allowing scientists to visualize and track brain development in real time. Dr. Heribert W. Steinberg and other scientists use zebrafish to study brain development and behavior, gaining insights into human brain function. Explore the amazing world of human anatomy with Dr. 2. The human body is made up of approximately 37.2 trillion cells, each with a specific function. The heart pumps around 2,000 gallons of blood daily, equivalent to filling a small swimming pool. The human brain uses 20% of the body's energy, while accounting for only 2% of its mass. The lungs can hold up to 4.8 liters of air, allowing us to survive at high altitudes. The liver performs over 500 functions, including detoxification and nutrient processing. The human body can produce over 1 liter of saliva daily, aiding digestion and oral health. Understand how loss aversion influences our attachment to possessions, as seen in the famous mug experiment by Dan Ariely. The endowment effect is a cognitive bias that makes us overvalue things we own. This bias is driven by loss aversion, the fear of losing something we possess. In the mug experiment, people demanded twice the price for a mug they owned versus one they didn't. This effect occurs because we tend to focus on the potential loss rather than the gain. The endowment effect influences our behavior in many areas, including business, finance, and relationships. By recognizing this bias, we can make more rational decisions and avoid overvaluing our possessions.